coming into DARGO, about to pull up at the pub ski, and it looks like we've got it to ourselves as planned. Bloody fantastic. Have a look at that, would ya? Bada bing, here we are. Well, here we are in the Victorian High Country. Oz Prado crew, first trip for November. Not just Prados, HILUXes also. Have a look at this scenery. Look at that. Bada bing. We're just letting the tyres down. A little bit more comfort, a little bit of extra traction. Not that we need it in Prados with these quality BFG tyres. Alright, what do we got here? The mighty V6 is ready to go. This set of BFGs ready to go. Bada bing. Let's get the bada bing out of here. This is where we're at, guys. Down we go. Alright, down we go. This is quite a steep one. In a minute I'll remember the name of the track. I'm pretty sure it's Randals, for anyone that wants to know. Randals track. So basically from DARGO, I'm just going to watch the vehicle behind me because that's a bit of a steep ramp over that one. And he's the HILUX. Just wondering if he's going to scrape or not. Let me just ask him. Did you scrape it all over that? Hey Johnny.
Hey.
Yeah, I was talking to you, Johnny, sorry. You didn't scrape, no?
I didn't hear any scrape.
Oh, that's right, just checking, man, it's all good. Yeah, he's got the HILUX Rugged X out of the box, so give that a bit of a test run, and we're just not sure. Obviously, they're not officially, you know, lifted, but they may be a little bit higher than a standard HILUX. I don't know exactly what they've done there, haven't had a good look at them. Got a bit of other gear, you know, the bull bar, the side steps, the recovery points are all there already. So we're just being cautious. I know the HILUX has got a longer wheelbase, so therefore without a lift there's more chance you're going to scrape over things like that. So not a big deal, just a bit of a scrape. They're pretty smooth, it's not like a ripped up track or anything. So where's Randall's? Well, you got to head up from DARGO pub, you head up the hill towards Grant Junction. So we've got another one of these. Obviously it's been recently graded, and just the ramp over a little bit, you know. I could imagine it touching a little bit in places, you know. But yeah, so you head up towards Grand Junction, and it's just shortly before you get to Grand Junction you need to turn onto Hibernia. Okay, so Hibernia, and you just follow that through. That's pretty well like a two-wheel drive road. It's all easy, no worries. I wouldn't suggest taking cars down there, but you probably could. And follow that along, stay to the right, stick to the main road on the right, and eventually you'll get to that junction that we were just at, where we let the tyres down because it's the first track for the day. Look, that's about it, guys. That's where we're at. We're going to head down Randall's. Anything exciting, punch it into the video, so sit tight. Check out the views here, guys. It's just awesome. I'll just stop for a sec. You just got to be here to see it, to really. So straight ahead, there's a helipad up there on the hill. And once we get up there, you can see across to the iconic Billy Goats. Everybody's heard of Billy Goats. So we'll be kind of like directly opposite that, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Once we get up the top of that hill there, we'll have a look at it. Pretty comfortable ride here. We're on the Dobinson's monotubes at the front, and monotube remote adjustable MRAs on the rear. We're sort of testing out a set of those. Doesn't mean we're saying you need a set and this is what you must have, but they are very comfortable. Even just the monotubes at the front are very comfortable in my opinion, and the rears, you know, they're good, but it kind of creates another job to do, like letting the tyres down, adjusting this, you know, give it a few clicks on or off or whatever the case may be. And you've got 3 separate adjustments. You've got rebound, you've got compression, high speed and low speed compression, not speed of the vehicle, speed of the shock movement. We're about to come up onto this crest. I'll just shut up and let you look at the peace and quiet and the view. Okay, so straight ahead now. I've just turned it straight ahead. I don't know if you can see that track there. I think I'll get out and take some photos, but straight ahead. See that track there? That's Billy Goats, right? It goes along that ridge and it continues on that ridge. Over up to the pinnacles are up on the left here. If you look at the left top of the picture, right there on the right side of that tree in the top left corner, that's your pinnacles up there, your lookout. So we're going to be out here for a minute looking over to there. Alright, awesome view. Try and pop a few photos in there for you. And down the hill we go. And I just got asked, do I use hill descent? No, I don't. Why? Why not? Well, that's fine. Where is that damn button anyway? Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. There it is. Yeah, I'll put it on now. Can you? Okay, so it slowed me down. Yeah, it's alright. Well, it's alright. I'll turn it off again now. Right. Turn it off again now, but look at these views, guys. I love this track. This is awesome. Nothing hard about it. It's steep. So look, as I always say, don't come on your own, because anything can go wrong with a trip. Vehicles, reliability, aftermarket accessories, old vehicles, whatever, right? So don't come on your own, but you can probably come down here. I wouldn't say to bring a stock Prado, and this is why we talk about lifts and whatever, because these mounds here, if you've got a stock Prado, you're probably going to scrape. I feel like, you know, even with a lift, this one, I've only got about 1 inch at the front, more like 2 at the rear, because it's waiting for a load to be put in there, you know, loaded up to go away. So I just went a little bit at the front to keep it as close as possible to standard. Works quite well. And yeah, look at that, eh? I need to zoom out again so you can see what's going on. How's that? That's helpful, isn't it? Right, check that out. It's just an awesome bit of track. So it is a bit steep. There's a lot of these mounds in here like this. Right. What I'm trying to say is, if you've got a Prado and it's got a 2-inch lift, you'll be able to drive through this no problem. It's not the sort of track where you're going to need recovery gear, you're going to get stuck. You need to know how to use your four-wheel drive. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn the bell on, because we're going to have more of those driving lessons, if you like. We're going to go through using the full drive, what all the buttons are, low range, high range, diff locks and stuff, and when to use them. Obviously it varies from vehicle to vehicle. We use and specialise in the Prado, so we're going to use those to demonstrate. You just need to adapt that information to what you're doing. For example, so we're in a 150 Prado at the moment and we're in low range, okay, but I haven't got the centre diff lock on, because we're not going up a hill where I need every last bit of traction, and we're not going to be spinning wheels or anything like that. It's mainly low range for a bit of speed control. So what I'm doing now is I'm using, you know, S1, S2. Right now I just clicked it into S3 because we've got a smooth S4. So we're letting it run a bit because we're coming down onto the flat ground, a little bit washed out there. We're just going to cruise and bounce over that because we've got this awesome comfy suspension. Right, it's not a Dobinson's ad. Look, I'll tell you about, you know, this is how un-Dobinson's it is. I can tell you, one of the most popular suspensions traditionally we've seen under vehicles is ARB, OME suspension, and I don't see leaks, okay? So for example, we see a few Bilsteins and we see a lot of leaks. We see a lot of OME, which is made by Monroe, you know, for ARB. and we don't see leaks. I don't know if I've ever seen a leak. And I'll speak to the manager at a couple of our local stores, and they say, look, you know, to be quite honest, and I love that, you know, I'm glad you've been honest with me now, inferring that you weren't being honest earlier, so we've got to be careful using that. I've said that before, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, look, whatever you want, guys, there's nothing wrong with that if you want to use that, you know. Look, everybody's different, you know, there's different springs, different shocks, and it's hard. You can go on someone else's vehicle and hope that yours feels like that, and it just doesn't work out. So definitely the most comfortable suspension I've ever owned or driven in a four-wheel drive is this Dobinson's monotube gear, and it's great value for money. The problem at the moment is it's hard to get a hold of. It is popular, so sometimes you can get it and sometimes you can't. It's a matter of placing an order, paying for it, placing an order, and then we reserve the next kit that comes in for you that's available. So yeah, that's an Australia-wide problem. It is hard to get a hold of. As a big Dobinson supporter, we do get priority to a lot of this gear, so rest assured, if you place an order with me, here we go, it's not a Dobinson's ad, but if you place an order with me, in the order that's available in the country is when you get yours. We've had some delays this year that have been bigger than ever before, so that's the only reason I mention it. Alright, well this track here, I believe they cleared and graded it, I don't know, about a year to 2 years ago, between 1 and 2 years ago I think. What are we now? We're in 2020, COVID-19, they should have called it COVID-20, but we're in COVID-20, November. When we were here last year in November, it was clear, so I believe it was in the 12 months before that, and you can see the regrowth, all the green on each side. That's just everything coming back, and that's what happens. So just consider that before you go and buy a new Prado or bring your new Prado out here, because a lot of tracks do get a bit overgrown and you can end up with some pinstripes. That's why it's somewhat worth going with someone that knows the tracks, knows the area, knows what tracks to avoid and the condition of the tracks, like what I'm sharing with you now. It may be different when you're here. I'll just show you we're up on the next helipad. I'm just going to turn to the left quickly. A quick zoom for you to see over there. It's still billy goats over there. Oh, watch out for this tree stump over here. And that tree stump was right in front of me too, I think. I just drove over it. You've got to watch where you're driving sometimes, I tell you. What was that? I'm just going to get out and have a look and see what that was. Sit tight for a minute, enjoy the view. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. So someone had a nice little campfire right on the side of the track. That's handy. So, you know, just rocks and everything and whatever. Anyway, we'll keep moving. Sick, huh? Alright, so getting down towards the bottom end of Randals. You can see the river down in the valley. Well, I can see it, I don't know if you can see it, but anyway. And you can see the start of, I'm not thinking about it too hard, but I'm pretty sure that is the start of billy goats there. I think. Yeah, it looks like it. What else? There's nothing else around here that goes up like that. So, yeah, just have to think a bit to go, yeah, no, that's right. I think so. Yeah, there's nothing else around here that goes up that looks like it. Yeah, it's kind of like the other side of the river, isn't it? You'd have to go up, along, and then back again. Anyway, getting towards the end of Randals, let's have a look at some river crossings. Actually, my mistake. That's the bottom of Cynthia Range track, I believe. Cynthia Range. Another one that's kind of it's a little bit steep at the start, not too bad. Goes along the top of the ridge from memory, and you can turn down Station Track or continue on to Wombat. There's other places, lots of tracks everywhere. It's like a maze, and can be very difficult for a lot of people to read on a map. So if you're the kind of person that gets lost around town, don't come out here on your own, because you may get lost. And look, it's good to see most people do go with someone that's got some more experience or someone that knows their way around. Yeah, Billy Goats is more over that way we were looking at before. It just looks a lot like it, you know, so I'm like, oh, what's that? That must be Billy Goats. Yeah, it looks like it, but no, pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure Cynthia Range. But I'm not looking at maps or anything at the moment because I'm driving. Looks very much like the start of Billy Goats, very similar. And I don't know how long it's been since I've been up or down there, and if so, only once or twice. So that's probably why I didn't think of it. I don't think we're going to go up there today. We could go that way, that would be the long way around. It'll take us through another a different river crossing or two, but it'll be a track for another day. And of course, if you're interested in joining us on tours every now and then, we do have some free trips, so you can contact me if you want to book a tour or come on a trip with your group. We can organise a trip for your group, or we can put a trip together. Obviously the cost vary trip to trip. Every now and then, as I said, you can get a free trip if you're on Oz Prado crew. We prefer the Toyotas and the Prados and stuff like that because we prefer reliability, as you will, for your reliability and the group you're travelling with, to save inconveniences, failures and stuff. Toyotas are the most reliable, and we think Prados are the tourers. That's why we use and recommend service and help you and teach you to service and repair. If you're watching this video and you're not aware, we've got another automotive channel that tells you the truth about cars, genuine, authentic information to help you diagnose and repair your vehicle properly. That's 4x4 diesel, not 4x4. It's 4B, F-O-U-R-B-Y, number 4 diesel, like this channel. 4x4 Touring Australia and 4x4 diesel. Let's check out some river crossings. We're nearly there.